So let's start by finding a comfortable seat this morning. And once you're there, just close your eyes. Starting to sit a little taller, root down through the sitting bones, stack the spine, and lengthen all the way out through the crown of the head. Let your arms rest heavy so the shoulders fall away from the ears. And then just begin to find the rhythm of your breath. On every inhale, fill your entire body up with your breath. On every exhale, begin to soften, let go, and find some release. And on your next inhale, we'll sweep the arms high overhead. Bending into your left arm, take the left hand to the upper back. Use the right hand to very gently guide the elbow behind the head. Just making sure that we're still sitting tall. Stack the spine. Sometimes the arm tends to press the head forward, so feel like you're pressing the back of the head into the arm. Just so that we keep the neck in line with the spine. We'll take a deep breath in. And keeping the arms as they are, start to find a small side bend, taking the body a little over to the right. So make sure we're rooting down through the left sitting bone. And just start to breathe from the top of the left hip all the way up the side of the body and out through the elbow. And we'll take one more breath in. And on your exhale, take the right hand all the way down to the earth, deepening into your side bend. Extend the left arm straight, reaching the fingertips up and over. So you may want to feel like you're rolling the left shoulder back here so the heart spins open. Just breathe into the entire left side of your body. And on your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Take the left arm behind the back, and as much as the body allows, try to hook the left wrist on the right hip. The right hand will take a hold of the left. The shoulders relax away from the ears. And then from here, very slowly, take the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Just really start to breathe into the left side of your neck. And on your next inhale, slowly bring the head back to center. Release the grip from the hands. Take both hands onto your knees. On an inhale, we'll lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, drop them down and back along the spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, relaxing. On your inhale, we'll sweep the arms high overhead, this time bending into the right arm. Bring the right hand to the upper back. Start to guide the elbow behind the head. So again, sitting tall, let's start to find a little bit more strength through the center of the body. So pull towards the spine, hug the ribs down and back. And we'll take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, start to find your side bend over to the left. So just notice if the right hip starts to lift up. Try to drop it back down into the earth. And take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, take the left hand down to your mat. Start to deepen into your side bend as we extend the right fingertips up and over. So we're trying to spin the heart open towards the top of your mat. Just creating length in between the top of the right hip and the bottom of the right ribs. And then really starting to breathe into that length. On your next inhale, we'll come back to center, taking the right arm behind the back. So as much as you can, hooking the right wrist on the left hip. Left hand will take a hold of the right, the shoulders relax. And this time we'll drop the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Just breathe into the right side of your neck. On your next inhale, come back to center, release the grip from the hands, bring both hands onto the knees. On your inhale, we lift the shoulders. Exhale, down and back along the spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, relaxing. So let's come into Baddha Konasana from here. Bring the soles of the feet together. Try to bring the heels in close to the hips this morning. So as we bring the heels in, notice if you start to round into the lower spine. Let's try to move the heart forward, stack the spine from the base up. If it feels okay, let's take thumbs to the soles of the feet, wrap the fingers on the outer edges of the feet, and then feel like you're expanding through the collarbone. So from the base of the spine out through the crown of the head, we lengthen. And then keeping that length on your exhale, begin to hinge forward from the hips. So try to feel like we're leading the fold from the heart. And if it's available to you this morning, maybe take the elbows to the inner thighs and just very gently start to press the knees a little bit closer to your mat. So as we hold, moving with the breath, on your inhales, we use the breath to lengthen, maybe move the heart a little further forward. And on the exhales, we find that release, maybe we deepen, taping the hearts a little closer to the feet, maybe the knees a little closer to the earth. We'll take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And on your next inhale, very slowly sit tall, stack the shoulders over the hips. Let's take the knees back together, and then let's meet in table. So come on to all fours. You're just making your way onto your hands and your knees. Once you're there, just checking in with your alignment, making sure that the shoulders are directly over the wrists, the hips are directly over the knees. Feel yourself rooting down into the palms, spread the fingers nice and wide. Create a nice long line from the base of the spine out through the crown of the head. And then just beginning to find some movement through the center of the body this morning. So on your inhale, tilt the hips forward, let the belly drop, hug the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the spine so we can open and expand through the heart. On your exhale, tuck the hips under, round through the spine, press into the palms, bring the chin to the chest. Try to create some space in between the shoulder blades here. Inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. And on your exhale, we'll round through the spine. So give yourself just about another 3 to 5 breaths, continuing this movement with the body. Maybe adding in some side to side movement through the hips or through the ribs. You can add in some forward and back. Whatever feels best. And then we'll start to settle back into our tabletop alignment. Make sure that the hips are stacked directly over the knees. Start to walk the fingertips towards the top of the mat. So palms will be rooted, arms stay strong. And then tilting the hips forward, start to lift the tailbone towards the sky as you allow the heart and the belly to melt through towards your mat. So depending on where the shoulders are at this morning, maybe it's forehead towards the earth. Maybe we shift the gaze in between the thumbs, chin and chest, a little closer to your mat. Just start to open up into that angle of your shoulders and also find some relief in the lower spine. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Now on your next inhale, let's move the palms back just a few inches. Coming into our modified plank, stack the shoulders over the wrists. Find a nice long line from the knees out through the crown of the head. So just check in and make sure the hips haven't started to fall towards the earth. Try to tuck the hips under, start to fire up through the low belly. Pressing down into the palms, lift the heart away from the floor. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, very slowly lower all the way to the earth. Hug the elbows in towards the side of the body. Bring your forehead down onto your mat. Now, once you're there, extend the right fingertips over to your right. Make sure the palm is facing down. Fingertips are in line with your shoulder. And then as you're ready, pressing into the left palm, roll onto the right edge of your body. So just starting to open up into the front of the right shoulder. Maybe this is where we stay with the legs stacked. If you're looking for a little bit more, we can bend into the left leg, take the sole of the left foot behind you. Think about rolling the left shoulder up towards the sky. So just make sure we're moving mindfully, always checking in to see how the front of the right shoulder is feeling. Just one more breath in. And very slowly make your way back onto the stomach. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders, forehead to the earth. I'm just taking that on the other side. So we'll extend the left fingertips over to the left. Palms should be facing down, fingertips in line with the shoulder. And then as you're ready, roll onto the left edge of your body. Maybe take the right leg behind you. So again, every day is different in our bodies. Check in, see where we're at this morning, and just move accordingly. Just one more breath in here. And then on your exhale, let's make our way back to the stomach. So extending both legs straight, tops of the feet to the earth. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders, bring the forehead to the earth. Start to get a little bit stronger through the thighs. Maybe even see if we can lift the kneecaps up off the earth. And pressing into the palms on your inhale, take the shoulders down and back along the spine. Lift the head and the heart, come into your cobra. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Inhale, push up to all fours. Exhale, hips to the heels, come back into your child's pose. On your inhale, really try to breathe into your belly. And on your exhale, maybe see if we can sit the hips a little bit closer to the heels. Start to reach the fingertips a little closer to the mat. So palms are rooted, fingers are spread wide. Start to get a little stronger in the back of the arms so the forearms and the elbows lift up off the earth. Inhale, shoulders forward over the wrists. Come right back into your modified plank. Find that nice long line on the front line of the body. And then on your exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Once you're there, come back to the strength in the legs. Press into the tops of the feet. So always your option. Feel free to stick with cobra, just lifting the head and the heart. Or if you're ready, coming into upward facing dog, bring the thumbs more in line with the ribs. And then on your inhale, lift the heart, the belly, and the hips. Make sure the thighs are strong so the knees are lifted. We're expanding and lifting through the chest. And then on your exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So in this first down dog of your practice, move as your body wants you to move. Maybe we pedal out the legs, can sway the hips to the left and the right, shake the head yes and no to help release through the neck, whatever feels best on the body here. And then just beginning to work your way into stillness as you're ready. Checking in with our alignment this morning, making sure the arms are about shoulder width apart, legs should be about hip width apart. Make sure that we're rooting down through the entire palm, so check in with the pad of the thumb and the second finger. Sometimes we get a little light in that area of the hand. And then growing longer from the wrists up through the hips, so feel like we're pressing the head away from the earth, and at the same time move the heart back towards the thighs. Make sure that we're lifting the tailbone towards the sky, engage the front of the legs, find that strength. And then on your exhale, maybe see if we can take the heels just a little closer to your mat. On your next inhale, shift the gaze in between the thumbs, and as lightly as you can, we'll walk our feet to the top of the mat, coming into your forward fold. So maybe we start with a slight bend in the knees this morning if that's what the body needs. Keep in mind we are trying to work the legs towards straight, so continuously engaging the thighs, making sure the feet are about hip width apart, inside edges of the feet are parallel, and then the upper body just melts over the legs. Let the head hang heavy so the crown of the head falls towards the earth. And then it's whatever you need here this morning. So if you'd like to grab onto the elbows, maybe just let the arms dangle. You can sway to the left and the right. Wherever you're at, really try to let the neck relax. Let the shoulders melt. And then if you've opted for some movement, start to settle back into stillness. And as long as your shoulders are feeling up for it this morning, we'll interlace the fingers at the low back with the palms touching. Start to straighten out your arms and then let the hands come up. Maybe they start to fall a little bit over the head. So checking in to make sure we haven't shifted all of our weight towards the heels, maybe a little bit more weight into the toes. And then pressing into the heels, imagine that you're going to drag the heels towards the outer edges of the mat. So don't actually let them move too much, but just see if that small action helps to create a little bit of space in your lower spine. And we'll go one more breath in. And on your exhale, very slowly lower your hands all the way back down to the earth. So feel yourself rooting down through the four corners of the feet. Get really strong through your legs. On your inhale, stand tall, lift the arms high overhead. Exhale, bring your hands together, heart center. And take a deep breath in. And a long, relaxing breath out. On an inhale, the arms will sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Let your head hang heavy at the bottom. On your inhale, lengthen, lifting halfway. So maybe take the hands very lightly to the front of the shins. Really try to lengthen from the base of the spine out through the crown of the head. And then on your exhale, bring the palms flat onto the earth. So whatever you need to do here, maybe we bend into the knees, maybe we take the feet back just a few inches. And then get really strong into the back of the arms. So try to hug the inner arms in towards one another. Press down into the earth. Almost feel like you're going to start to round into the upper back and then begin to shift the weight forward over the fingers. So feel yourself getting heavy in the hands, get lighter on your feet. Now keeping all the weight in the hands as lightly as you can, we'll take the feet back into our plank position. So always keep in mind, you can drop to the knees at any point. If we're going to stay on the toes, make sure the heels are stacked over the toes. Find one long line from the heels out through the crown of the head. Try to tuck the hips under so the low belly stays strong. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shift your weight slightly forward. Your choice here, lower all the way down or halfway down into chaturanga, shoulders in line with your elbows. Inhale into your cobra or into your upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg high, bending into your right leg, stack your hips here. So take the right heel towards the left hip. Make sure the left leg staying nice and strong. Try to relax the left heel down towards the mat and at the same time, lift the right knee a little closer to the sky. And we'll go one more breath in. Now on your exhale, take the right knee to the outside edge of the right elbow. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Maybe see if you can lift the knee a little higher. And then step the right foot to the outside edge of your right hand. So right now, stay on the left toes. Get strong through the left leg. Press down into the palms. Feel like you're lifting the heart. Almost imagine you're taking an upward facing dog shape. And then take the back knee down. Untuck the back toe. So finding our lizard lunge this morning, you're welcome to stay right here, but if it feels okay, let's try to roll to the outer edge of the right foot. So let the knee fall away from the body. Continue to lift the heart, expand through the chest, and just allow the front of the left hip to move forward and down. So maybe this is where we're at. If you'd like to add some rotation, you can root down through the left palm. You can take the right hand very gently to the inside edge of the right thigh, starting to move the knee a little heart up and back. So try to give yourself a little bit of a back bend here as well. And take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, root back down through the sole of the right foot. Take the right hand back to the inside edge of the right foot. Now, tucking the back toe, lift the back knee up off the earth. Spin the left heel down, and then from here, we'll shift the weight into the left leg, straightening out the right leg, coming into your Skandasana. So, depending on how the knees and the hips are feeling, maybe we keep the hips in line with the knee here. You can root down through the sole of the right foot. If we're going to stay high, bring the hands together, heart center. Just take the back of the left arm into the inner thigh. If you're ready, we start to sit the hips a little closer to the earth. Lift the right toes so that they face the ceiling. Try to stack the spine as much as you can. So tailbone drops down, crown of the head extends forward. Give yourself one more full cycle of breath. And then from here, take the hands down onto the earth, rooting back down through the sole of the right foot if it's not already. Extend the left leg straight so we come into a wide-legged fold. Check in with the alignment of the feet. Make sure the toes are in line with one another. Feet are parallel or a little turned in. Just make sure they're not turned out. And then bringing the palms underneath the shoulders. On your inhale, tilt the hips forward. Let the belly drop. Let the heart lift. So feel like we're coming into a cow pose here. Keeping the hips lifted. On your exhale, start to hinge at the hips and find your fold. So try to let the head hang naturally. Really start to breathe into the back of the legs. Maybe start to shift a little bit more weight towards the toes, just so we can bring the hips more in line with the heels. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now, bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. We're going to heel toe the feet just a little bit wider than the hips. So the toes can slightly turn out. Let's come into Malasana here. So bending into both legs, sit the hips in between the heels, and again, just as far as your body allows. So think about dropping the tailbone, lifting the heart. Try to expand through the chest as we take the back of the arms into the inner thighs. And while you're here, start to engage the glutes. See if the strength of the glutes will help to move the knees a little bit further behind you. And take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring the palms to the earth. Lift the hips, straighten out your legs. Heel toe the feet all the way in. Come into your forward fold. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And on an inhale, we'll stand tall. Lift the arms high overhead. And on your exhale, step back to the top of the mat. Hands together at your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the low back. So when we take this grip, the shoulders like to roll inward. Try to open up and expand through the chest. Take a deep breath in, pull the ribs down and back. Then on your exhale, bend your knees, drop your hips. So coming into your chair pose here, we probably won't bend as deep as we normally do because we have this grip. Just start to feel yourself getting stronger through the legs, pressing down into the heels, fire up through the hamstrings. Glutes should be engaged. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, start to hinge forward at the hips. Let the belly come towards the thighs. The head will start to hang heavy. Let the hands come up and off the low back as you straighten out the legs. So really try to release through the neck here. Feel like we're lifting the kneecaps up by engaging the thighs so the legs stay nice and strong. And then just let gravity help to move you a little bit deeper. We'll go one more breath in. And on your exhale, very slowly take your hands back down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lifting halfway. On your exhale, bring your palms flat onto your mat. So again, strong in the arms. Try to feel like we're wrapping the triceps behind the arms. Press down into the mat, start to shift some weight towards the fingers. And this time it's your choice on how you find your downward facing dog. So you're welcome to walk the feet back into plank, maybe hop it back into a chaturanga. As we lower down, we find our exhale. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath. And on your inhale, we'll lift the left leg high, bending into your left leg, stack your hips. So sometimes we just naturally lift up onto the right toes. Really try to relax them down, get strong through the front of the right leg, start to open up into the front of the left hip as you take the heel a little closer to your hips. One more breath in. On your exhale, take the left knee to the outside edge of the left elbow as we move the shoulders over the wrists. Try to lift the knee a little bit higher and then step the left foot to the outside edge of the left hand. So give yourself a moment. Take some time to make the adjustment so that we have the front knee stacked directly over the ankle. Back heels over the toes with the leg nice and strong. And then just try to lift the heart. With the heart lifted, now we take the back knee down, untuck the back toe. Continue to move the front of the right hip towards the top of the mat, and if it feels okay today, start to roll to the outer edge of your left foot. So the left knee's moving away from your body. Now again, you're welcome to stay right here or maybe start to shift a little bit more weight into the right hand. Left hand can come to the inside edge of the left thigh. And just feel like you're taking the heart up and a little back. Just one more full cycle of breath. We'll root back down through the sole of the left foot, taking both hands back to the inside edge of your foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee up off your mat. Spinning the right heel down, start to shift the weight into the right leg. So Skandasana on your right side here. Again, you're welcome to stay high, so hip in line with the knees. If we're doing that, left foot is rooted. If we're a little lower, the toes face the ceiling. So if it's available, hands together, heart center. Try to take the back of the right arm into the inner right thigh. Lift the heart, expand through the collarbone. Make sure that the left leg's staying really strong here. And take a deep breath in. Complete breath out. Then bringing your palms down onto the earth, begin to straighten out both legs. Soles of the feet touch down. Make sure the feet are parallel to one another. The toes are in line. And then on your inhale, with the palms underneath the shoulders, tilt the hips forward, lift the tailbone towards the ceiling. Keep that small forward tilt in the hips, and then let's find our fold. So maybe we deepen in this fold. If you'd like to take a grip behind the ankles, you can start to pull the body through the legs. If your head happens to be touching the ground, maybe just narrow the stance, bring the feet in. Same idea, tailbone lifts, body pulls through. And take one more full cycle of breath. And let's bring the palms underneath the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Heel toe the feet in so they're just a little wider than the hips. Come right back into your malasana. Sit the hips in between the heels, hands together, heart center. So in this malasana, we'll add a little bit of rotation. Extend the right fingertips down towards the earth. Reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. Start to spin the heart open. If it feels okay, take a half bind behind the back. So the left arm will come behind the back. Maybe we take a grip on the inside edge of the thigh. If it's available to you, wrap the right arm in the front of the right leg, taking the hand behind the back to take a grip with the left hand, and continue to roll the left shoulder back. So still try to lengthen through the spine. Keep dropping the tailbone down. Just one more full cycle of breath. And then unravel back to center, hands together at your heart. Take a moment here. And then when you're ready, let's switch out that rotation if your body's ready for it. So left fingertips reach towards the earth, right fingertips extend towards the sky. Maybe we find the half bind, right arm behind the back. Maybe we take the full bind. Left arm wraps around the leg. Wherever you're at, we're still trying to spin the right shoulder back so that the heart is open. And just one more breath in. And on your exhale, unraveling back to center, hands together at your hearts. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the earth, lift the hips, straighten out your legs, heel toe the feet all the way in. And on your exhale, find your folds. Inhale, stand tall, lift the arms high overhead. Exhale, step it back to the top of your mat. Hands together at your heart. And give yourself a breath. And on an inhale, we'll sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bring your palms flat onto the mat. So again, arms are strong. Your choice on how you make your way back. Find your downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. On your inhale, lift the right leg high, bending into your right leg, stack your hips. On your exhale, take the right knee to the outside edge of the right elbow. Again, this time we're going to hold. Try to lift the knee a little closer to the shoulder. Now on your inhale, drop the shin so that it just hovers above the earth. Start to lift the heart. Without lifting the hips on the exhale, pull the knee back up to the shoulder. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, back up. One more time, inhale down. Exhale up, bring the right knee tight into the chest, step the right foot all the way through to the top of your mat. Keep the left leg nice and strong, spin the left heel down, bring some weight into the outer edge of your left foot, and on your inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips, come into your warrior two. So while we're here, check in with the front knee, try to track it towards the outer edge of the mat, really fire up through the right glute. Make sure that the front knee stacked over the ankle, and then get a little stronger. Start to feel like you're going to pull the feet in towards one another without actually letting them move. On your inhale, flip the right palm up, right arm reaches high, left arm very lightly reaches towards the back leg. So from the top of the right hip up the sideline of the body, get longer out through the fingertips. One more breath in. Exhale, right forearm to the right thigh, left fingertips reach up and over. So find a nice long line from the outer edge of the left foot out through the fingertips. We roll the left shoulder back, but we still hug the ribs in. And then just make sure we're not collapsing into the right shoulder. So press down into the right forearm, create space in between the right ear and the right shoulder. And then if it feels okay, let's go for a half bind. Left arm behind the back. If you're ready for it, maybe we go for the full bind. So right arm will reach down in front of the right leg, wrap the arm underneath the leg and take a grip on the left hand. Now while you're here, just make sure we haven't completely collapsed forward. Try to move the heart back, roll the left shoulder back. One more breath in. On your exhale, unravel, take the hands down to frame the right leg, spin onto the left toe so the hips are square to the top of your mat. Root down through the palms on your inhale, right foot steps back to meet the left, come into your plank. Exhale, shift the weight forward, chaturanga or whatever you need. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. On your inhale, lift the left leg high, bending into the left leg, stack your hips. Exhale, left knee to the outside edge of the left elbow, shoulders over the wrist, hold. Maybe see if we can lift it a little higher. Keep this long line from the heel to the crown of the head, and on an inhale, drop the knee down. Exhale, pull it back up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one, inhale down. Exhale up, bring the left knee back into the chest, step the left foot all the way through to the top of your mat. So right now, try to press the back of the right knee towards the sky so the leg gets nice and strong. Root down through the right heel, bring some weight into the outer edge of the right foot, and on your inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips. Come into your warrior two. So again, front knee should be tracking out, front knees over the ankle. Get strong through the back leg, and then as we send the energy in, start to also send it up the spine, extend out through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders, but continue to reach the fingertips away from one another. On your inhale, we'll flip the left palm up, left arm reaches high, right arm very lightly reaches towards the back leg. If you'd like a half bind here, you're welcome to take it. So make sure this feels like a side bend, not a back bend. The heart is still open towards the side of your mat. One more breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, left forearm to the left thigh, right fingertips reach up and over. So create that length. From the right hip, grow longer out through the fingertips, and at the same time, send the exact same amount of energy from the hip down to the outer edge of your foot. The low belly pulls in towards the spine, the ribs hug in. And then if you'd like, half bind behind the back. So if that's available, right hand tries to take a grip on the inside edge of the left thigh. If you're ready for a full bind, extend the left fingertips down towards the earth, wrap the arm underneath the leg, and then make sure that we're still rolling the right shoulder back so the heart is still open. While you're here, try to lift the body away from the front leg, so don't collapse onto the front thigh. Make sure we're keeping that length. One more breath in. Exhale, unravel the arms, take the hands down to frame the left foot, spin onto the right toes so that we face the top of our mat. Pressing down into the palms on your inhale, left foot steps back to meet the right, come into your plank. Exhale, move with your breath. Finish out your flow. And we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Now on your next inhale, shift the gaze in between the thumbs. Your choice on how you make your way to the top of the mat here. Walk it up, jump it up, or float it up. And once you're there, meet me in a forward fold. Make sure the feet are about hip width apart. And just let the body hang heavy. Now in this fold, I'd like for you to lengthen. So bring the hands just a little bit in front of the feet. Root down into the hands. Maybe we have a slight bend in the knees if needed. But try to feel like you're taking that cow position again. So tilt the hips forward, the belly drops, the heart lifts. And then on an exhale, I'd like for you to pop the right heel up off the earth. From here, see if we can take a grip behind the right ankle. Maybe try to snuggle the right knee underneath the shoulder. So, as we move forward, if this isn't available to you, just take the right hand down to the earth, left hand to the left hip, spin the heart open. If we're okay with the shoulder snuggled underneath the knee, let's try to find that rotation here. So left fingertips will extend. Take a left arm behind the back, find your half bind. Maybe we start to reach the right fingertips behind us, bending into the arms, take your full bind here. So you're welcome to stay here in this full bind. Maybe you start to drop the right heel down, try to straighten out both legs. Or maybe bend into the left leg, come back up onto the right toes, and then as you're ready, start to straighten out your left leg as we lift the leg with us, keeping the bind around the leg. So find your bird of paradise. If we're good here, make sure the left thigh is strong, glutes engaged. Maybe we start to straighten out your right leg. So wherever you're at, hold for another 3, 2, and then on 1, let's all meet in Tadasana. So if you're still in your fold, just start to stand tall. We'll stack the shoulders over the hips, let the arms rest really heavy. Take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. So on your inhale, the arms will sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. So this time we're popping the left heel up off the earth. Rooting down through the left palm. Maybe we just find that rotation, right fingertips can extend. Or taking the grip behind the right or the left ankle, try to snuggle the left knee behind the shoulder. Half bind with the right arm. Maybe we take the full bind here. So again, This is a place for you to stay. If this is where your body is at, hang out. If you'd like, you can start to drop the left heel down, maybe try to straighten out both legs. Or bending into the right leg, start to come back onto the left toes, and then we'll start to stand tall. So stack the shoulders over the hips. Make sure the right thigh and the right glute are engaged, and then maybe we extend the left leg straight. So wherever you're at, hold for another 3, 2, and then on 1, very slowly unravel, arms by your side. We'll meet in Tadasana. And close your eyes and just give yourself a breath. On an inhale, we'll sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, palms to the earth. This will be your last flow here. So take it as you'd like to take it. Move with the rhythm of your breath. So this will be the last down dog of your practice. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe find some movement. Maybe stick with stillness. And we'll take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, drop down to your knees. Untuck your toes. Sit the hips to the heels. Bring your forehead to the earth. Come into your child's pose. So let the head rest really heavy. If it feels okay, maybe take the hands so that they reach towards the toes. Back of the hands are on the earth, the shoulders melt forward. So wherever you're at, really breathing into the belly. Just give yourself one more full cycle of breath. And on your next inhale, very slowly sitting tall, stack the shoulders over the hips. So swing the legs around in front of you. I'm going to have you meet me in a wide-legged fold. So you can face the edge of your mat if you'd like the heels to be on your mat, whatever works best for you here. Try to move the hips a little bit further forward. Try to have the toes and the knees face the sky, get strong through the legs. So press the back of the knees in towards the earth. And then maybe this is where we're at this morning. So if you are, just bring the hands behind the hips. Kind of use them as a kickstand to help you sit tall. But if you're ready, we'll start to hinge forward. Maybe take the hands in front of the body and just walk them out as far as your body allows in this moment. So using your breath here to deepen. On your inhales, think about lengthening from the base of the spine out through the heart. And then on your exhales, try to find that release to help you move a little further into your fold. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then wherever you're at, let's slowly start to stack the shoulders back over the hips. We'll extend both legs to the top of our mat. Keep them long and strong here. And pulling the toes back towards the face, get strong through the legs. Extend the fingertips towards the toes. And then as lightly as you can, as slowly as you can, we'll lower all the way down to our backs. Now as the shoulders hit, hug the right knee tight into the chest. Interlace the fingers around the right shin. Then using the strength of the arms, try to hug the right leg in. Get stronger through the left leg as you do this. Try to grow longer from the left hip out through the heel. And with the shoulders relaxed, maybe start to find a little bit of movement through that right hip joint. You can take small circles to the left and the right. It's whatever your body's calling for in this moment. And then as you're ready, let's take our twist. So the left hand will guide the right leg across the body. Right fingertips extend over to your right. Try to allow the back of the right arm to rest into the earth. The shoulder melts down. Maybe just gently shift the gaze over the right fingertips as long as that feels okay on your neck. And just starting to slow down your breath here. Take a deep breath in and a long, relaxing breath out. And then very slowly unwind back to center. Let's hug both knees into the chest. If it feels good, maybe find a little bit of movement here. So you can rock to the right and the left. Make small circles on the low back. And as you're ready, taking that on the other side, so we'll interlace the fingers around the left shin. Right heel extends all the way to the top of the mat. So just check in, make sure the right heel is in line with the hip. Right leg gets long and strong, the shoulders get soft, and we hug the left knee in. Maybe take a moment for movement here. Just working into that left hip joint. And then as you're ready, taking your twist to the other side. So the right hand will guide the left leg across the body. Left fingertips extend to your left. The heart is open towards the sky, so the left shoulder gets really heavy into your mat. And then just begin to breathe up and down your spine. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then very slowly come back to center. Let's again hug both knees into the chest. Maybe find some very gentle movements on the lower spine here. And then coming back to center, start to bring the legs a little bit towards the outer edge of the body. So the inner edges of the thighs just graze the outer edges of the ribs. Try to drop the tailbone down towards the earth as you extend the crown of the head behind you so we can really lengthen in the spine. And you're welcome to stay right here, but if you're ready, moving into a full happy baby. Flexing the feet towards the sky. Taking a grip on the outer edges of the feet. Letting the shoulders soften, but using the strength of the arms to pull the knees a little closer to your mat. And then in your happy baby, any movement that feels good this morning. can gently sway to the left and the right. Maybe straighten out one or both legs if that's feeling good on the body. There's no wrong or right. Just move as you need to move in this moment. And take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring the soles of the feet together. Take the outer edges of your feet to your mat. Just let your knees fall open like a book. Lengthen through the spine. Try to drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then find a comfortable place for your arms to rest. Close your eyes. And start to let every muscle relax. And then as you feel ready, making your way into your Shavasana. So maybe that's staying right here in Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe we extend the arms by our sides with our palms facing out, straightening out the legs so that the top heels or the heels touch down at the top corners of your mat. Make whatever adjustments you need. Just really trying to find that place where you can allow the entire body to soften. Where you can allow yourself to fully let go. And once you're there, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, allow the weight of your entire body to melt just a little further into the earth. And slowly begin to bring awareness back into your body, back into this place. Making small movements with the hands and the feet. So maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes, making small circles with the wrists and the ankles. And then stretching the legs out long, bring the feet together, point through the toes, extend the arms all the way overhead, breathe into the entire length of your body. And then as you're ready, hug the knees into the chest. And very slowly make your way onto either edge of your body. And once you're there, just give yourself a breath. And from here, we'll be pressing into the palms, making our way back to a comfortable seat. And try to keep your eyes closed. And keep your heart open. And on an inhale, we'll sweep the arms high overhead. Exhale, bring the hands together, heart center. And thank you all so much for stepping onto your mat this morning, for sharing your strength, your grace, and your amazing energy. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.